scriptures, scribed in chalk and tears. Where the truth ain't.
Welcome back, guys. Look, a new Madden season is upon us. That means the MOF running strong. Season 82 on deck with Madden 26. So what this is gonna outline today, we're going to do a mock draft based on the chances that you have. So it's impossible to really know where you're going to land because it's a lottery, right? But so what we usually do with the team mock draft is just go through and order you by lottery chances. We all know that's not where you're going to land, but that's how we do it. That's the most accurate way. So before we start, though, I want to show you last season, last edition. This was the draft last edition. It breaks down lottery chances and what they picked. So as you can see, last edition, Beast got the first pick with 9 chances. Pretty crazy. Normally that doesn't happen. Obviously the more chances you have, the better shot you have at getting a high pick. As you can see, as we get to the bottom here, these guys had 2 chances, 15, 4, 1, 11. If you have low chances, you're going to get a low pick. That's how it's going to be. But the good thing about this game is there's not really any bad teams. You could really make it work with any team except maybe the Saints. But it's a great game. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great addition. A lot of teams have a lot of upside. A lot of teams have some downside. But I think we're all going to be pretty happy. All right. So with that said, I'm going to show first the ranking of the teams. Okay. Basically, okay, here we go. I make this chart every year, every season, every edition, and it just shows you the team rankings, which really, it doesn't mean a lot. It's just overall rankings. Obviously, the Jets are 80, but they're probably going to be a higher pick because of their upside. So let's go. Let's do this, right? Let's do this thing. Here you go. Here is your Season 82 Madden 26 team mock draft. Now, this is as of 1:20 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday. Things have been changing like crazy with the donations coming in, so this order keeps changing. I did want to show, actually, the current chances, too, real fast while we're at it. I probably can put that back up. Give me one sec. There we go. So, yeah, this is the current chances. Let me move it over a little bit. My head's in the way. Whoa, there we go. All right, the current chances, Bubba obviously leading the pack with 1,112 with his donations. He doesn't want anyone to get the Chiefs, so this is what he does. Canes is in second with 781. Coach Quincy QKP 778. I know he changed his screen name, I think, to Bayou Q or something like that, but we all know him as Coach QKP, right? And then QC, Coach QC, Quincy Channel, both named Quincy, of course. He just donated and got back in the 4th place. So as you can see here, this is the list. It goes down a little bit here. We have Tex, Beast, and Knight at the end. This is the order. This is how I'm going to do the mock draft, so it all makes sense to you guys. Okay. So with that said, let's start. So first overall, obviously we have Coach Bubba with the most chances. He's going to go with his Chiefs. And I don't really see him going anywhere else. I'd be surprised if he got a different pick. But, last season, last edition, he did not get the first overall pick, and he had the most chances. He had the most chances, not by a lot, but he did have the most chances. He ended up getting the 7th pick. So, I still think Bubba will probably get the first pick. I mean, if you look at the chances, and he'll go with the Chiefs. We know Healy. He's really looking, I think, to the Titans here, even though if he really picks that high, how can you not take, Baltimore or Philadelphia or something like that? But it looks like Canes is looking to the Titans and Cam Ward, the Miami Hurricanes former quarterback. So that's why I think Canes will be going there. You got 3, Coach QKP 35. Look, if Q gets the Ravens, we're all in trouble. Okay. I know Mac's not here anymore. Rube isn't here. This league is wide open, okay? So if Q gets the Ravens, things are going to be weird here, all right? So don't let him do it, but he's looking for him. Then I got number 4. I got Coach QC, who is a Dallas fan. Now, if he can't get the Ravens, I believe he will going to Dallas and trying to turn around their Madden MOF unsuccess failures. Dallas has never been to a Super Bowl. Dallas has never won a Super Bowl in MOF. So, and then I got Shorty Pizzle, obviously looking for Buffalo with the 5th most picks. I think Shorty deserves Buffalo. The last few editions, he's been stuck with like Miami and New England, and he's really trying to get Buffalo. So hopefully he gets him. Number 6, I got Rock. He's looking for Washington. He's really throwing out his cards, trying to get Washington here. He was Washington last season. Last edition, he was Washington. He played it really well. He likes Jaden. I think he'll be back in Washington again. And then I got Buffalo Bill, who, it's kind of tough to pick here. I know Buffalo Bill wants the Bills. He probably would love the Ravens. Who wouldn't, right? So who is he going to pick here, right? I was kind of thinking maybe he might go Denver. Maybe he might go Philly. But Detroit is still a great team, and I think he's going to go to Detroit here at number 7. And then number 8, I have Mr. Witness going to the Browns. I know Witness, I believe, is a Browns fan or an Eagles fan, one or the other. So he could go the Eagles here at 8 instead of the Browns, but I just have a feeling he's going to go with Cleveland here. Number 9, Big Reg. Big Reg is a homer. He's always going to be Atlanta. I'd be shocked if he did not go to Atlanta here. He has a lot of chances. Sorry. Anyway, so I see Reg going to Atlanta there at number 9. Number 10, MMX. MMX is another one. I don't really know who he's looking at number 10, but I think Green Bay would be a good spot for him here. Green Bay is a good team, good quarterback. I don't think MMX has ever been to Packers, so that'd be something new for him too. And then you got number 11. I got Hicks going to Houston. I know Hicks is a very big Texans fan, so I think he'll be going there. Number 12 is Chief. I kind of was, when I was doing this, I was like, I don't know if Philly's going to last that long. But I guess they could, right? If Witness passes him up, if Buffalo Bill passes him up, he could drop. Eagles could drop here to Chief, which I know he really wants the Eagles. So, hey, fingers crossed, hopefully you got him, Chief. Then myself at 13, I really don't know. I honestly do not know what I'm going to do. I really want to play with a team I haven't played with before, which isn't that many, since I've been here since day 1. So just my phone's going to keep ringing in the middle of this, of course. So I'm going to say Denver here, but I'm not sold on that. Maybe like 50%. Because if my Niners are still there, it's going to be hard for me not to pick them, right? Because this is my team. So 14, I have Wheezy going to the Chargers because I think Wheezy really likes a good quarterback. He is a good quarterback. He's like his brother, Hicks. So I think the Chargers are probably the best pick right there if he can land them, with the Bengals right there too. But Wheezy would do some damage with the Chargers. Then 15, Remo. I got him going to the Bears because he's a homer again. Sometimes he doesn't pick the Bears, though. Sometimes he does go in a different direction, but I think the Bears are on the upside. You got Caleb Williams, obviously, and they got a pretty good roster. So I think Remo's going to go back to Chicago here at 15. Then 16, another homer pick, Big Dre with the Jags. I don't really see him going anywhere else. I think he's been with the Jags for, I don't know, maybe about 30-something seasons in a row, something like that. So why change now, right? They just got Travis Hunter. He's going to be a stud. So just stay with him, right? 17, Latin Yank. I think he will be going to the Jets. Unless Enzo can get ahead of him, then he might take the Jets ahead of him. But I think they're going to be really close to each other here in the draft. But if Alex can get ahead of him, he'll be going to the Jets. And then I got Enzo at 18 going to the Steelers. Another one. Enzo's another tough one. I know he likes the Packers. He likes to go to the Packers sometimes. But I think he wants the Jets. But I could see him going to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a good team. They just need a quarterback. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is obviously good enough for now. But Pittsburgh is a quarterback away from being a dominant team for probably the entire edition. So look for Enzo. Probably to go to Pittsburgh there. 19, Jafon. If Tampa falls this far, I'd be surprised. Tampa is rated really high in this game. I think a lot of people have Tampa on their radar, so I'm hoping Jafon gets him. I would never draft Tampa because, you know, Jay Fon's my boy, and I don't want to do him like that. So I hope Tampa falls to Jay Fon here. Number 20, Minden, Seattle. Hey, Seattle, also another one of those teams. Yeah, Seattle has a good roster. They got Sam Darnold at quarterback. If they can draft another quarterback or make a trade, they'll be set up. I think Minden has a good shot here to have some success here in Seattle. And then 21, Bengals only. I'd be surprised if the Bengals drop this far. But given how this is playing out, the Bengals could drop that far and fall to Bengals only, which would make my life easier, as we know. And then you got Gooch at 22. The Niners, I know they have a lot of talent. They're rated really high, but they have a lot of cap issues, age issues. So they're kind of a team that's like, you pick them, you have to win now, you have to make some changes. You have to be a good GM if you want to have success with the Niners. And then 23, I have Domi taking the Rams here. I know Domi had some success last edition with the Cardinals, so they'll be available too. He might go back there, but the Rams have a really good team, much better than the Cardinals, I think. So I think Domi should go to the Rams at 23. 24, I got the Vikings going to crazy, obviously crazy, another homer. Minnesota is a good team. They got McCarthy on deck, ready to play. Justin Jefferson, they have very good weapons. I believe they were in that chart I shared. I believe they are third in overall weapons, so that's pretty crazy. Number 25, I have TSG going to the Dolphins. I know he's a Cowboys fan too, so I don't know if they're going to last this long for him, but if they do, then I could see him going there too. But Miami still has some good players. They have some speed at receiver, speed at running back. They have 2 at quarterback still. They have some defensive issues, obviously, but I think TSG can hold his own there in Miami. Then I have Mac Daddy at 26. Mac Daddy, I had him either going to the Raiders or the Colts. I just have him going to the Colts here. I think Mac Daddy is in for a little change. I know he likes to stay in the West, but I have him going to the Colts here with Richardson, Danny Dimes, Jonathan Taylor. I know Mac Daddy likes to run that ball, so JT's a good option there for him. And then I have Daz Havoc, who's going to be a really tough coach. Just keep your eyes on Daz. Going to the Giants here. The Giants have really good defense. They just need, someone to develop Jackson Dart a little bit, and they have a lot of upside. I think the Giants have a chance to be a good team this edition. I have 28. I have Booby going to the Patriots. Again, Patriots, another team that's pretty good. They're rated pretty good. They have a good quarterback. They have a good defense. So they're another one of those teams that can do some damage. 29, I have L Bucks. L Bucks going to the Raiders. I know they're not the Buccaneers, but they're close, right? Pirates, whatever. So yeah, the Raiders, again, another one of those teams. Need a quarterback. Need some GM skill there. But they have Ashton Genty, who's going to be, a stud running back. They have Bowers, who's an X-Factor tight end. So they have a pretty good team. They're a pretty good squad. Then I have Tex going to the Cardinals at 30. Hadn't heard from Tex all preseason, really, but that's not, out of the ordinary. So I have Coach Eddie going to the Cardinals at 30. Again, the Cardinals aren't a really bad team either. They have some upside, so we'll see what happens with them. I have Beast, who got the first pick last edition with 9 chances. And what does he have now? Let's see. How many chances does Beast have? Beast has 9 chances again. So if history repeats itself, you never know. Beast is a big Bills fan. Obviously, he wants the Bills again. But he's a good coach. Either way, no matter what team he gets, he's going to be tough. So even Carolina, who is not rated very well, he'd be a tough out here. And then I have the last pick in the draft. Whoever it is, Knight has the least amount of chances, but whoever it is, I'm sure it'll be the Saints because the Saints are just a mess. Low rated. They're in cap hell. They have no quarterback. So they are a huge challenge, but I think Knight can do it. So with that being said, guys, I hope you like the team mock draft here. I know donations keep coming in, so this is going to keep changing. I'll meet you guys back at 7 o'clock. I'll jump on live, and we'll do we'll stream live the draft order pick selection, and then we can start the draft. So, all right, guys, heading out. Have a good one.